Okay guys, Coach Ben Lee here, checking in day 22, and we're talking about the reproductive system and the hormones. So I thought I'd just get my boobs out since we're talking about sex and stuff like that. Alright guys, so yesterday I spoke about in day 21 controlling our hormones and how important that is. Most people have got a brief understanding when it comes to insulin, they have a brief understanding when it comes to calories in, calories out, clean eating. But like I said in video 21, was that it's not the whole story, okay? And this is often why some people can be exercising, eating clean, and not getting the results they want. So that being the case, we really need to take a look at trying to get our hormones in check. So my number one from yesterday was making sure gut health is paramount. All right, obviously, if we're not absorbing our nutrients, we can't support our body as a whole organism. Secondly, we need to make sure that we're managing our carbs, so we're getting insulin, and our insulin's regulated in our body. And if that's out of place, then that's going to upset our cortisol balance, and then we can come to our sex hormones. Okay, so this is where we're coming into this. All right, so our reproductive hormones, guys. Now, imbalances between estrogen and progesterone will often increase cravings in women. All right, and so this is thought to occur because estrogen has serotonergic receptors in the body. So this is affect when estrogen levels drop, okay, too low. So mood can be adversely affected. And so this is when our low moods often create cravings for sweet foods, because we're consuming these foods will momentarily raise serotonin levels in our brain. Now this occurs because of an increase in blood sugar, and that will cause a increased uptake into the brain. Okay, so the word I'm looking for is tryptophan. Okay, and so tryptophan is the immediate precursor of serotonin. All right, so however, this is short-lived, obviously, because the underlying imbalance is still there. So we need to address this imbalance between estrogen and progesterone. Okay, and this creates a vicious cycle of craving and eating sweet foods. All right, so low-level progesterone levels can also affect our mood by lowering our gamma aminos. All right, so GABA. Big word there, doesn't matter. It's too complicated to go into. So in addition to excess estrogen in women, it will promote fat storage. Okay, so the more estrogen we're starting to see dominate in our body, the more that our fat storage is going to then make more estrogen. So it's the whole estrogen progesterone cycle is going to get even worse and worse and worse. So this is why we need to get control of your hormones, and how we do this is, getting you lean. So the leaner we can get you, and the easier it is then to start managing and getting control of everything. And then from when we've got you lean, we've got this base point, our opportunities are endless. So that's why when I do an 8-week or a 12-week transformation, I always ask my clients, what's your 6 to 12 month goals? Because I don't think past that short term. So after 8 weeks or after 12 weeks, whichever one we're running at the time, we've got these people at this really good standpoint, but we want to continue on, and so that we can see and make long-term gains. Okay, we started to get you lean, we started to get control of the hormones, and then often people sort of let these things slide, and off they go again. So we want to make sure that we're on top of this thing, and we're planning forward for success. Okay, now imbalances in our male sex hormones, so our testosterone, our DHEA, and progesterone. All right, so high levels of testosterone and DHEA or progesterone in women promotes insulin resistance. Okay, so which will increase fat storage, and it will also depress the mood and increase sugar cravings. Yeah, that's right. All right, so elevated levels of DHEA or progesterone can also increase adrenaline. Yep. And so adrenaline levels and insulin counterbalance each other. Okay. And so what happens now is that we start to see this insulin resistance, okay, and these low levels of DHEA and testosterone in women can also cause a negative impact in our weight loss, okay. So if either of these key androgens is too low, it will decrease the body's ability to burn off fat and build muscle, okay. So obviously, women and girls, you have little to next to no testosterone. So when we start to see these hormonal imbalances is when we're going to it really starts to affect, everything. Like, see how we're encompassing everything. And so if our estrogen progesterone ratio is out, then this is going to decrease our testosterone and male sex hormones. So then when we're trying to get stronger in the gym and see the results that we want, because we don't have that much muscle to begin with, it's really hard to get on top of it. So it's why we need to counterbalance everything and get our hormones in check so that we can start to see the results and build some lean tissue, because obviously, building a lean tissue is going to stimulate the metabolism. More calories we can get in, the stronger we can get, the more of a deficit we can create with our training instead of having to cut ridiculous amounts of food to try and lose body fat. Okay, so identifying the causes of imbalances in our sex hormones can be caused by numerous factors. All right, so it's including like stress, thyroid health, sleep imbalances, insulin resistance. Okay, they're all greatly impacted by these things. Okay, so nutritional imbalances, gut health, and a big one these days is environmental chemicals. So particularly like xenoestrogens. So your biphosphorol A, so BPAs, your platelets. So these things, once they enter the bloodstream, the body sees them as estrogen, or estrogen mimickers. Okay, and what this does is it causes a great number of, it causes a lot of imbalance, and then because it's the body sees this as estrogen in the body. So when we're doing like a detox and things like that, it's like taking a Panadol and bumping your head against the wall. If you don't remove these xenoestrogens from your everyday life, then it's going to be really hard to lean those legs out, okay? Because your liver's not going to be able to detoxify because it's just constantly getting bombarded, with shit. So cutting out those BPAs, guys. Cutting out foods that have hormones in them. So we're going to go organic grass-fed meats. If possible, go organic on our veggies, okay, because obviously pesticides. If not organic, at least then rinse those off till we get the pesticides off. Same with our cleaning products, because our skin is like a big sponge, guys. Like I said back in video 2, I think it was, about the liver health. So you can really start to see, how I've encompassed everything over here for the last sort of 22 days with, gut health, liver health, training methodologies. Now we're covering hormones, we've covered PMS. It's not just one thing you need to look at. It needs to be a whole great sort of overview of what's happening. So when I sit down and I do a consultation with a client, like, not only do I ask them what their goal is, but I'm asking previously, what have they done? Have they slowed down their metabolic rate? For a yo-yo diet, have they got PCOS? What other issues are coming about? What's your exercise program regime been like? Have you been over-exercising? If you've got bad gut health, it could be candida. So there's so many things that we need to chat about. And this is why it takes almost up to an hour of my time to sit down and ask you what your goals are, plan out what you want so that we can get you to your ideal body. All right, guys. So that wraps up hormones. It's Coach Ben Lee. Peace out for day 22. Check in for day 23.